morning, welcome to the channel. I'm Rick Cutler and it is bitterly cold. It's quite a chilly one out today, but we are on our way to Motorcycle Live. I'll take you along for the ride. Enjoy the day. Nice. I've just parked up the bike. We're heading into the NEC now. And it is a beautiful day. I'm just walking across the skywalk now to get to the halls from the bike park. And quickly talk to you about a couple of bikes that I'm looking forward to. First one being the BSA Thunderbolt. I think it's a really good looking bike. I know it's just a concept, but I think it's going to be awesome. I quite like the look of the new Himalayan with that Mana X black styling kit with rally seat, the new graphics that are black on black. Now I know where I am. Let's go. Just walking into Motorcycle Live and we are greeted by a fantastic looking Ducati stand. This is the Hypermotard V2 SP and it looks absolutely beautiful. We've got the brand new Ducati Monster. This one's got the new V2 engine.
It's been a pleasure.
So lots of different.
I'll just turn back round to this one because that is absolutely awesome. So it shares the same V2 engine, and again we've got the new Ducati Desert X to look at as well. But this thing just looks really cool. Love the look of that. We've got Diavel V4 RS. Brand new Panigale colour V2S in that beautiful yellow. I'm just trying to make my way through here. Sorry, it's very loud because we've got presentations going on. So as you can imagine, Ducati is ridiculously busy. They're doing a few presentations at the moment, so I'm just going to step away from them. I'm actually going to bypass Yamaha because BSA is right here, so I'm just going to flick you around, have a look at this. So this is one of the bikes I've been really looking forward to seeing in the flesh. Like the love child between the Himalayan and the Norden 901 from Husqvarna. I love the fact that it's got the raised fender at the front, like more rally, more aggressive stance to it. 21-inch and 17-inch spoked wheels, ready to go straight off-road. I do like the asymmetric light. I think that's really cool. That just feels like a little bit of a throwback, especially that setup to Dakar styling. And I can just see this getting like a Dakar-style rally tower front end. That'd be really cool. But that silver and bright yellow is really, really nice. We've got it powered by 334cc, just shy of 350cc, single cylinder. But how cool are these TourTech bags as well? So if you have a look closely, we've got that yellow stitching down to match the colour of the bike. Just a nice little touch. Say it's amalgamated for the bike. What it really, really sets off the bike is just being cool, adventure ready. And as much as it's gone for the retro, we've got a nice digital dash there with analog clocks. Digital but analog, there you go. And then just little things like the foot pegs, just looks really cool. I really like the look of this bike. I think this is going to be absolutely brilliant. Even the tail lights just look cool. They just look really quite nicely made. As with most lightweights in this sector, you're going to have single radial front brake. How good is that? I think that's really cool. Really good bit of kit. There you go. So I'm hoping no one's all had the same idea at the same time as me, but I think I'm going to go find some food. So we'll have a look and see what the food options are, because there's a bit of a street food area. So we'll go and have a look and see what the street food's like here. Sorry, just admiring some funky looking bikes at Crazy Horse. This was the one that just caught my eye a second ago. Just going to come all the way around. That is absolutely brilliant. I love that. So I've just got myself round to the food hall area. We've got bagels, some nice Greek gyros if you want gyros, burgers, coffee. Coffee is king. And there's a bar at the far end as well. I think I might just get myself some food and I'll see you in two. I'm going to take a break from having a look at the little teeny tiny bikes because I've been looking at, say, the 450s, 500s, squeezed through here because... So, at Motorcycle Live, there's not just the bikes to look at. Well, you are technically still having a look at the bikes as such, but you've also got all the shows going on. So have a look. You've got BMW doing their demonstrations. Have a look at that. Sorry, we are looking at bikes. That is epic. But beyond that, you've got, obviously, they do demonstrations of the rides and the off-road bikes. We'll have a look at the new 450 GS very shortly. There's something, let's see if we can find it now, that I was looking at earlier. Here we go. Have a look at this. So this is the machine shop behind here. You can have a go at welding, powder coating something. We got sandblasting, and it's just a funky little thing in the middle of the show. You can learn how to do things. You can even learn how to mount and unmount a tire, doing some tire changing. We also have, if I walk around here, the expert lab. So if you want to just sit and have a listen in to some experts. Now we've got some more food going on down here. RI helmets. RI helmets are so good. In fact, while I'm up here, I'm going to have a look over this way because Cove's up here. So let's have a quick look at Cove. Especially since I am well into me lightweights. Have a look at this 450 Rally. That is ace. And even better is the fact that you got Moscow Moto right next door and you just want to take one of those Cove 450 Rallies and just put all the coolest kit from Moscow on it. God love it. Here it is with some luggage on it already, in Turkana. But these are really cool looking bikes. I really like these. Again, I'll go down my rabbit hole of parent companies and where bikes come from. At the moment, we've got loads coming from either India and China. We're sort of dominating the market in new bikes, new bike tech. I've had a look at these before in the Cove Rallies. There you go, Touratech bikes all over this one. They are just really cool looking bikes. I just want something that's super practical. Go anywhere, do anything. It's a proper adventure bike for having an adventure on. Absolutely awesome bikes. And if I'm going to talk about awesome bikes, I'm going to have to come over to Langen. Have a look at this. I'm just going to take you right front and center to this. So this is the Lightspeed. How beautiful is that? Right the way down to machined calipers, carbon fiber all over the place. But how's that for beautiful lines? The architecture of that swing arm. That is absolutely amazing. Look at the billet wheel. Sorry, I'm just going to try and get in here, get it focused so you can see the lines of the machining. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Buell. It's a big V-twin from Buell, probably about 1200cc. And it's titanium exhaust going around. Absolutely fantastic. I love the lines on this. It's just a masterpiece. It's art. Following on with that billet, look into there. How fantastic does that look? It is just a marvel of engineering masterpiece. So because I'm an absolute Honda fanboy, I'm back at Honda stand, as you can clearly see, everything red. There's a few bikes that have caught my eye. Now, the first one that's caught my eye particularly, because I didn't actually know it was here, was the Transalp SP. We can see the Transalp SP. So it's got a kind of funky colour scheme to it, sort of a hark back to the old 750, XL 750 I should say. But I do like the fact that the graphics are kind of rugged. So that's really cool. Bit of a rally seat, and then it's got some proper engine bars as well. And a nice big solid sump guard. Gold wheels, remind me of the old Africa Twin as well. Honda's brought their e-bikes, so WN7, the silver tail end, black. And it's hard to take something that's got a big box of a battery pack and trying to make it cool looking, but I can see how they're slowly trying the hardest to integrate this into that styling of the bike, if you will. A bit more sharper, a bit more harder edges, like that plastic winglet goes off the radiator. It's just trying to make things a little bit more funky. But I'll take it over here. We've got the Hornet SB. Really cool looking bike. We've got the SE Project exhaust on this one. And I do love an inline four. I cannot help but love the inline four. Because my first bike was a CBF 1000. First big bike. My first big bike was a CBF 1000. So this actually got my heart racing. Is the new CB 1000 GT. It looks good. It looks cool. It looks like a strong competitor against the likes of Suzuki's GT. I just think it looks mean. It looks proper cool. And the fact that we've gone to the old school Fireblade engine in a sports tourer just makes sense. It's like proper win. So yeah, I really like that bike. Really cool. And again, just solid tourer. I did so many miles on my CBF 1000. It was just fantastic. Well, the real problem I had was trying to replace it with something. I think that's the problem that you're going to have with this, is because it's going to be so good, you're going to struggle to replace it. You'll be struggling to find an alternative. And then finally on this little stand, the CB1000F, genius, absolute genius. Again, we're using the same old school detuned Fireblade engine, but we've given it that the old CB750 graphics that are just absolutely gorgeous. The good old-fashioned classic lines, definitely firing shots in the direction of the Suzuki's, again, Triumphs, everything Triumph. This is just a classic, cool bike. Detuned Fireblade, what more could you possibly want? Just an honest bike. God love it. But yeah, certainly the 1000 GT is up there for one of my favourite bikes of the show. I think that's just a cool bit of kit, and I really like it. I always love a Goldwing bagger, NT. And again, if I start thinking about the NT, I start thinking about the Africa Twin, because the Africa Twin has got the 1100 engine. So we've got, let's roll them off. You've got the NT, the Africa Twin with the 1100. You also have the Rebel. Where's the Rebel at? But the Rebel 1100. So you're using the same engine with the same platform multiple times, which brings me back to the point I'm slowly trying to make, is the possibilities are endless for this V3. So I really like this bike. I think it's awesome. I love the fact that it's not a turbo, it's not compressor. Well, it isn't a compressor, it's an e-compressor. So from what I'm led to believe, this thing has got an electrically driven motor that's powering an impeller. So it's in a similar shape to a turbocharger, but it's not got turbo lag. It's not a supercharger drawing power from the engine. It's just sheer power. Yeah, there's a little bit if you start talking about the alternator is going to draw battery, going to draw this. Yeah, there's a little bit, but I believe the benefits are going to outweigh, because as soon as you spool up that engine, you're going to be powering that alternator anyway, which is always a drain on the battery, on the engine regardless, but not in the same way as the supercharger is, or a turbocharger. Turbocharger, you're going to have turbo lag. So I think this is going to be a brilliant platform for that engine to go into potentially the future Africa Twin, potentially the future MT. Jeez, can you think of, I've just gone wax lyrical on the CB1000 GT. Can you imagine that bike with this engine? There's potential. It's up there. 6-cylinder gull wing, you've got an inline 4 in the 1000 GT. Have a look across here. You've got the NC750, you've got the Transalp, you've got the Africa Twin, you've got all these bikes that could potentially have the same engine, that V3E compressor platform. It's got so much potential that it could be used in anything. So yeah, we've just seen it in a bike that would rival the new Hornet. Yeah, you're now going to have a V3 Hornet potentially. If I stop fanboying over Honda for long enough, I can come over to Suzuki and draw the comparison to the GTs over here. So I'll start with this one, to be fair, because this is the SV7GX, but it's the old school SV650 V-twin engine. And then over here we've got the, as I was talking about just a moment ago, GSX GX, your sports tourers, GSX GT. Between the GT and the GX, you've got your two rivals for that brand new Honda 1000 GT. And don't get me wrong, these are good bikes. They're sharp, they're brilliant, and they'll get you from A to B in no time at all. Lightweight adventure, yeah, we've still got that potential for that DRZ4S. Get the right one, because there's the S and there's the M. Supermoto, yeah, as much as it is potentially a nice little bike for adventuring, I think I'd prefer something with just a little bit more protection. I do like the more adventure styling of the Cove, but that's just me. So I'm making my way back down to Ducati because it was very, very busy earlier on, very, very noisy. So I'm just hoping that it's quieting down a little bit because it was loud, so loud, and I was just concerned about how all that noise would sound through the camera. So, that does look good. Sorry. I do like it when you see a bike that's done a bit. Yes, that's had a good life, hasn't it? Have a quick look around some of the new bikes that they've got, some of the new tech. I do apologise if it's a bit loud on this. I'm going to quickly flick around the camera. I'm going to start off by coming straight through the paddock to the new Desert X. So this is coming soon. So it's got the new V2, which you'll see across the Monster, and obviously the Panigale V2. But this is smart. I'm actually liking the graphics. I know it's meant to be a camouflage concept, all that lot, but God love it, it actually looks quite good, because I like the old 22 Audi graphics that they did, and it's just got a little bit of a nod to that, so I think this is going to be brilliant. Obviously massively popular. I really like them. I really like the first Desert X that I rode around Knock Hill with Charlie Berman, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to just engage with the bike and ride it. We got a smaller looking console, just nice and simple, less of a screen. Obviously prototype, it's just looking nice and sleek with the bodywork and the body lines. We've got the resurgence of Norton. So here we have UK premiere of Norton's resurgence. So we've got the Atlas GT, and across here we've got, there's another Atlas GT. We have the Manx R and the Manx. How beautiful is that blue? I love it. If you can see on the carbon fiber the detailing of the British flag. So here is the Norton Atlas. So I am on the Norton stand and they're about to start their press video presentation, so we're going to tune in for this. I'm actually, see if I can see, within, so yeah, we are very much within the media side. The four variations of the bikes that we've got the Norton Atlas GT, two different colours. On the far side we've got the Atlas, and then in the centre we have the Manx and Manx R in the first editions. At the front obviously we've still got the original versions in the Manx R. This is the Norton Resurgence, complete transformation of the brand from their classic styling to the more futuristic.
First thing I'd like to say is welcome to Norton Resurgence. You've seen the 4 bikes we launched over the last week or so. We're incredibly proud of them. Simon is the chief designer, Mark's the chief concept engineer. They're here to answer any questions you've got about the bikes themselves.
So can I just get a quick talk around the bike from your perspective?
Yeah, so both of these bikes have been designed ground up, and what we've done is we've really targeted them not being race bikes. Everything else in this category starts with one thing, and that's a rule book for World Superbikes.
Yes.
We are not aiming for that. That's quite clear. So we've targeted these bikes as what do you actually want for the road? You don't want to be revving to 13,500 RPM. You don't want a chassis that's really stiff for a racing circumstance.
No, that's it. It's a fantastic, it's a work of art, especially the first editions. Well, I appreciate the little designs. So like the Union flag, sorry, I was going to say Union Jack, but Jacks are on ships.
Yeah.
But yeah, into the carbon fibre wheels, even to the point of the billet suffering, rear set, sorry.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because that's not on the ones that are right in front.
No, so this one, the first editions, we've got the billet levers, the reservoir caps, the bar ends, even down to the panels on the engine cover here.
Yeah.
So there's lots of little bits that when you start looking at it closer, you spot something else every day you look at it.
And that's it. It was just fascinating to stand just behind the glass and just go, I just noticed that. That's not on those ones. That's on these ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just led my eyes to the next thing. What's the next thing? Yeah, Krapovich exhaust for the first edition.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brembo brakes, they stand out. As soon as they catch your eye, you can't not see them, especially when you're looking at the other bikes as well.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you've got bikes out there, they're still beautiful bikes, but it's the little details that make the first editions.
It makes them special at the end of the day.
That's it. It's an absolute work of art. And that's just this one. If we turn our back, we've got the Manx R, and again, the colours. Whoever came up with the idea for the beautiful, I don't even, what's it called?
I'm not sure what they've called this colour. I think it's glacier blue, but I might be wrong.
But it's awesome. It just sets the bike off so well.
But it's something we've actually looked at quite a lot on these new models is the colour.
Yeah.
So when we look at the motorcycle industry, it can be a bit old school at times and be flat colours. So we've looked at some really deep automotive colours. We've got the blues, we've got the gunmetal grey, but it's a really deep metallic colour.
Yeah, I love. I didn't catch it. You were too busy talking in conversation there. I don't want to ruin your flow. I'm going to see if I can just focus on that. Yes, I got it. So this is 000 of 150. So there's only going to be 150 of the first editions.
Of each of them, yes.
Of each of them. So 300 of these bikes combined units. 000. That's in front of us.
Absolutely.
Does it make you proud?
Absolutely.
It's got it.
I've lived with this project from day one, essentially, when it was a very simple brief of we need to do a new superbike.
Yeah.
And the product's evolved and evolved as time's gone on. But what we've ended up here is truly special because it's something different to everything else out there.
Yeah. Now, I've previously ridden the Commando 961s a couple of times, and there's something about that bike that's engaging. And that's what I'm really sort of hoping and praying that, because you've not, like you said, you've designed it for the road, you've designed it for the ride, it's not designed to go around the track. This is something that's absolutely designed for you to enjoy the ride. So I'm really hoping that's something that's going to be captured and you're actually proud that you've achieved it.
Well, the thing is, with the 1200cc motor and the way we've tuned the torque range, it means that in the mid-range, where a normal person would use it, the torque is way beyond what anyone else produces. So this thing, just drivability on normal roads, driving out the corners is fantastic.
Twist and go and pull.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the short but sweet, very, very sweet tour of the two bikes.
No problem.
Love it.
Thank you very much.
So that was interesting. Very quickly, I got invited over to the Norton media session. So they've sort of put a velvet rope across and they're sort of unveiling the bikes as such and talking them through. A little introduction for the bikes themselves and the people behind the bikes. The chief technical officer for creating the Manx and Manx R is a guy called Mark, and he took me straight up and got me to have a look around the bikes, what he liked, what he was proud of, and yeah, you'll see it on the channel. Very, very humbled and feel very, very fortunate for just being in the right place at the right time. We're not far off the end of the show because obviously you can see there's hardly anyone here now, so I'm just going to very quickly tour around some of the coolest bikes in here, and obviously I can't do that without coming back to Norton, but I'm going to try and work my way through very quickly the show and show you some of the best bikes I've loved seeing being unveiled here today. So obviously Norton with the Atlas, this one being the Atlas because it's got spoked wheels, a bit more chunkier tyres. And the good thing about the actual fact that we've got an adventure bike and a sports bike being unveiled, Norton's actually taken a quick second to go, actually, here's your perfect two bike wardrobe. We've got the sporty gear and we've got the adventure gear as well. That's really cool. Take you over this way. We've got Manchester Fire's M1000RR emblazoned up, or Bike Safe Biker Down, along with the Panigale V4S. Coming over here though, we've got the brand new concept bike for BMWs, and that just looks awesome, absolutely awesome. I don't think you can get any more carbon fibre on a bike. Have a look at that little RR on the back plate, that is sweet. Obviously I'm going to come back down here to the F450 GS. Loving it with our rally seat. Lovely tyres. It just looks proper fun, that one. We got the trophy version. We have it in red for the sport. And then you have the exclusive black. And there's this one, it's the R12 GS. Just a little bit funky, a little bit Dakar. And talking about funky bikes, so I saw this one earlier. I didn't actually catch it on camera, so I'm going to do that now. It's an Indian, but have a look at the paintwork on this. So look at that, just blackened on the edges. That satin red, like a cherry. It's carried on down to here, but the bit that got my eye is how they've done around the edges of the bodywork, where it's molded, and again put black into there. That's not shadow, that's black. It's that bit on the back of it. That's a really cool looking paintwork. Oh, KTM. I've not actually hit KTM or Norden yet. So I'm going to sneak through Husqvarna because we've got Papa Bear at the end here, the 901. So when you see it and you see it, the lines on this bodywork, now start thinking about that little BSA following in its footsteps. I do like this. This is really nice. I really like the bags with that sort of topographical pattern to it. They are wicked. But one thing I didn't do that I really need to is find the little adventure. So here we go, we've got a 390 Adventure R. This is going to finish off and polish off my favourite lightweight adventure bikes that have been shown off. If I come through here, we've got brand new 1390 Super Adventure R. It's big, it's meaty, it's powerful, it's huge. I do like this. I think it's a really cool looking bike. From what I'm seeing though, it has adjustable suspension, but not electric suspension. So it's not like the Africa Twin where you can adjust it on the fly and reset it. Yeah, I do like that. Let's carry on. Carry on, carry on. The SMT, 890 SMT, the hooligan tool. I'm sure that thing's just designed to just work on its back wheel and not have the front wheel on the ground at any point in time. The rest of KTM. And Royal Enfield. I did promise you that I'd come back to Royal Enfield, and this is me eventually coming back because I wanted to have a look at this new version of the Himalayan, say Himalayan with me. This is the Rally in Manx Black, so the graphics are pretty cool. But yeah, Royal Enfield's own bags on the back. Arrow exhaust. And I watched a video of a guy setting one of these up with like the rally tower and everything, and it looked awesome. It looked really cool. So I really like these. And that Sherpa 450 is just a great little bit of kit. There we go. Oh, just while I'm on Royal Enfield and looking around, I'll have a quick glance at this. So this is the Flying Flea electric. So there's a sort of road going version, but this one's got the high fender, carbon fiber, chunky wheels. It's meant to be a bit more of a trail hitter, but it looks really cool. There's loads of carbon fiber on it, quite a lot more than I would have expected. That is pretty damn smart. Like that. Like it a lot. We have Microlinos. I looked at these last year. There's a funky one by Crazy Horse that was like matte black. And this year we've got the General P. One thing I've not sort of spoke about or hit on or talked about was the fact that we've got loads and loads of suppliers for all your helmets, your leathers, all your gear. You've got Helmet City, you've got Motorcycle Megastore. So there's loads and loads of kit, loads of really good deals. Scorpion, so yeah, I like Scorpion helmets at the moment. Those ADF 9000 Air carbon. I've decided that I'm keeping my Africa Twins, so I just keep getting drawn to the adventure helmets, especially sort of this time of year because visors fog up. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing you can do really. Crack the visor open a little bit, but being able to take the visor out and wear a set of goggles might be helpful. But yeah, loads of kit, loads of deals. Doesn't say a price, it says ask. So always bring space on your bike or anything you might want to take home with you, or buy a bag to put it in. So I think we're going to try and get back down tomorrow. I've got to admit that's quite cool. For a V-Strom 800 it actually looks really quite cool. Nice paint job on it. Back over, quick glance over Honda because Honda's Honda, it's me baby. We've got the new Hornet SP, CB1000 GT, CB1000F, with that colour scheme from the old CB750, which I really liked. And I'm going to love CB1000 GT purely because I loved my old CBF 1000 that had an Honda Fireblade engine in it. So that's me leaving Motorcycle Live. It's been impressive. Really liked all the lightweight bikes, all the lightweight adventure bikes, all the new bikes that have been coming out. It's been busy. It's been really busy. There's a lot going on. I'm ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm sad and it's a shame. There you go. I've said it. I'm sad and it's a shame that CF Moto weren't here, but I know they put all their eggs into the EICMA basket. I would have really liked to see that CF Moto 450 MT in the flesh, the MTX, because they are two fantastic looking bikes now. And I think they're real strong competitors for the lightweight and middleweight adventure sectors. And also, CF Moto have actually done something quite left field, and they've got a Super Sport coming out, which is a 1000cc motorcycle. Looks wicked, absolutely wicked. I was hoping to see that as well, but c'est la vie. Thanks for watching if you're still watching. And I hope this has been informative. I hope this might have swayed you as to, are you going to come this year, next year? All good. Anyway, thanks for watching.